And we are live. What is going on, everyone? And happy Turtle Tuesday.
Oh, are we live again?
We are live again, and Mike is back.
Oh man.
Yeah, and something, because Colin is in the chat and everything, and something he pointed out that I never realized. I'm really bad at introducing myself. Because apparently he pointed out that every week
Yeah, you never say this is Jason Soale.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So yes, I am Jason Sohail, and I am joined by newscaster Mike, and this is the Turtle Recall News podcast edition. Uh, and we are. I already see we have a packed house in here. We have Cody in here. We have Colin in here, and we have Robert. And Robert says, "Hello, ladies. Anna is somewhere in the chat. When you start seeing that moving Lackbush banner, that is her responding because I have a horrible time trying to type and talk at the same time. So, but yeah, Mike, happy to have you back here this week on the full audio podcast. We will be looking at the episode Leo versus Tempestra. I know I said it last week. We actually finally got it edited. Our podcasts are getting a lot longer to edit these days, just because our oldest is in that age where he likes to play with us, and so obviously we have to entertain him. And then by the time we're done playing with him, we're tired, and we have no time for ourselves these days.
Definitely feel that.
Yeah. FYI, Colin, to spell Anna's name is just like how you spell Anna. It's just that she pronounces Anna, kind of like the princess from.
There's two different ways to spell that, though.
Yeah, but she spells it the same way that the princess from Frozen spells it. That's what is going on with Ninja Turtle Power Hour this week? I know you guys are now starting on the Red Sky episodes now.
Yep. So this week's episodes, we finished the first season of the Red Sky, season 8. We were joined by Cody, who is helping us get through the season. So there are only 4 episodes each. 8 episodes each. Made more sense to bring in a new co-host. So Cody's been helping us out with that, and it's been great.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you got 2 more seasons, then you're done with the original series, and
yep.
In 6 weeks we will finally be done with season 4.
Yeah, we are pretty stoked to be almost done with the original series. It'd be nice to talk about something else.
Right, exactly. Oh gosh, the big thing I wanted to talk about, I totally forgot to put it in there. So we will be talking about the 2003 series on DVD. We just won't have any visuals on it, because that is something I wanted to bring up too, because I'm totally excited about that. So FYI, that's coming up too. I just completely forgot about.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, but I got all the information for you guys and everything, because I actually know what Movie Zing is, because for some reason no one knows what that company is for. No one knows what that company was.
Well, it's because nobody does any research except us. So.
Yeah, exactly. So but let's go ahead and get started with this week's news. The first thing I kind of want to just briefly bring out there for all you artists out there, Box Lunch is doing a contest, just a fan art kind of contest kind of thing, where you submit an art. If they pick it, it's gonna be in their merchandise, for their shirts and other materials and everything. Anna's actually going to be entering this because she's totally excited about it. You can read about it all the details on their site. Just a few things. You can't cross over with any other franchises. It has to be Ninja Turtles. It has to be an original design, and also everything you submit is now becomes a property of Box Lunch. And if your art is selected, that they have sole property of it, and that you can't actually sell anything with that because it is theirs.
Yeah, I don't like contests that do that. We talked about that last year with the other contests that like Kevin Eastman was doing.
Yeah. Kevin Eastman is actually a judge for this one too.
Yeah, and so like that, and that's cool. But any company that owns sole rights to your work with no compensation, and just because you're like your design doesn't win doesn't mean that they can't use it for something down the line. Like that's
right. Yeah.
That's the kind of language that gets put in these contests that I don't care for, and it's to prey on young artists who to do that. And I know you just said Anna is wanting to enter that, and I don't begrudge anybody who wants to do that. I just want everybody to be very informed.
Yeah. You have to be informed. Like when you enter in, like it is. It does whatever you submit does become their property, and then so if you don't win, they can still use their art. That is like part of the agreement. And the top prize is $1,000, a loyal subjects TMNT collectible figure set, a $250 Threadless gift card. With Threadless is the shirt company that Box Lunch uses.
Threadless is still around.
Apparently, like, I think Box Lunch like bought that company because like I think they.
God,
I know.
Used to wear Threadless stuff like 20 years ago.
Oh man, no, dude. I mean, yeah, all these like these independent companies are now like have like like secret secret massive company overlords and everything. A complete set of Good Smile, TMNT Nintendoroids, and plus prizes that both third and second place are getting. It like if you want to do it, to be honest, I think it would be a fun contest. Anna's excited about doing it just because, like, it's her passion. She likes doing art. She's already done some Ninja Turtle designs, and and to be honest, like, even if they do use your design and you don't win, at least like if they use it, at least it'll go like it'll have like a lot more eyes on it than like some of your other stuff. So if they do like,
well, yeah, like it's paying an exposure.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
That's what it is, and it's like I get it for anybody that wants to do that. Just be aware that like that's the thing.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. And I mean, and they listed all like the guest judges. One of them's the CEO of Threadless, but like the big one is Kevin Eastman. That's like he was for that other one. I can't remember what that other company was. I just remember they actually like they personally emailed me because they wanted to hear our news broadcast about them as we like advertise for them. They're like, oh hey, we saw that you guys like we're like, oh yeah, we did it. Like so if Box Lunch, if you want to email us and watch our news and share our news like the other company did, go ahead. But just wanted to go over that briefly. And Anna, good luck, and anyone else who's listening, if you guys want to submit. Also, good luck to you guys. And like, I mean, and at the end of the day, it is like all for good fun. Like, if just an FYI, if it's something like you want to design but you want to own it, make like, and like you want it yours forever, don't submit that. just remember that stipulation, but definitely submit something that you're willing to give up. Uh, so the next thing I want to talk about, because I remember Mike and we were talking about the Jada toy cars, and I remember your disdain on them because you were complaining that they never did the turtle van. And
well, boy, was my face red when
yeah,
they made this announcement.
Yeah, they made this announcement. So our final character, if you guys don't know, Leo was like the first one, and I think he was like pretty much the prototype because his was released like a few years ago, and then recently they did Michelangelo and Raphael. So that leaves Donatello. Donatello is actually coming with a replica TMNT van or party wagon, turtle van, whatever this thing wants to be called.
So this one is blurring the lines even more, and this one is technically the turtle van, but it is named the party wagon.
It is named a party wagon. Okay. I wasn't too sure. I didn't actually like look up the listings. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about this because I've seen Jada Toys do replicas of like the other cars. Because recently I saw the Flintstones car with Fred Flintstone, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And it was kind of like, well, why for Ninja Turtles they're doing VW Bug, and I think Raph has a Camaro, and I've already forgot what Mikey has. But like, and the turtle, like, you know, the turtle van, it was a big thing that was missing, and so I'm actually really happy that that Donnie is coming with the turtle van. And I personally like these Jada toy cars. I think they're really well built. The figures that come with the Jada toy cars are not the best. And honestly, if you like these Jada toys, like metal figures, they just released a pack of like just the figures of the same size, like that come with stands that are actually on their feet. So like, you know, those are great for displays and everything. Like my big problem with the figures that they come with the cars is like, it looks like they come with a stand, but in reality they don't. They have their stand, like their feet are like screwed on.
Well, my big thing with them is that they come with these cars, but they don't fit in those cars.
No, they don't fit into the cars. No.
That's my major thing. It's like, why would you put a toy with a car and then like that toy can't fit in it? Like, these have no articulation, so it's like there's no point.
Yeah, I will say for collectors, these display nicely in the package.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for kids who want to play with them, I mean, or like, you know, or people who want to have them like displayed in there, it is kind of like, oh, you have a figure, you have a car, you can't actually put them in the car, and that is a big like oversight. Like, you know, it is like what it is. Obviously, Jada Toys, they concentrate more on the vehicles themselves than the actual like figures that it come with. And so, but yeah, I'm excited about this. I like, you know, I haven't like actually decided if I want to get Raph or Mikey yet, but Donnie's a must now. Because he actually comes with the turtle van. So, like, you know. So, what about you, Mike? Will you be picking up the turtle van now because like they finally addressed your complaint?
Probably not. I don't need a non-scale one that I can't put a turtle in. So it's cool that they're finally doing it, but like Colin makes a point that the van has articulation, but it's like, I already have the Hot Wheels that does the same stuff.
Right, yeah.
And at least I can put that on a Hot Wheels track if I wanted to.
That is true. It won't go well on a Hot Wheels track. We tried. My for our son, like our son, we have like both Hot Wheels. The one that the door opens is a little better. The dollar one, that one, like, don't bother putting it on a track. It's gonna, like, unless you have a track that just like does not have a launcher, like where you can just like roll it down, because that thing's way too light, and like the launcher will just kill that van. It will just like shoot it out. But like, unfortunately, those two vans don't work well on the Hot Wheels track. We know this from experience. Yeah. But yeah, it looks like the door. It definitely looks like the door opens. I have a feeling that the door opens. I doubt the other door opens. Usually with these Jada toy cars, like most of the time, both doors open. So I have a feeling that maybe even the side doors open, but I have the actual like passenger and driver doors, they might open. I don't know for sure, but for the one with the gun, we definitely see that swinging open. So, and I have a feeling it's going to be displayed that in the package itself with the because like they're not going to go and like make this like detailed gun, like I mean, not like but they're not gonna make a detailed gun and like have it hidden for people like not to see before they pick it up, and also because of the fact that this is the way they do their packaging, they have the mind of the collector before the mind of the child to actually play with it, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. So
yeah. So speaking of turtle vans, the Super7, they've had their turtle van and for pre-order for like 2 years now. Like I can't remember how long it has been now.
About a year.
Yeah, and it's seen some delays. Now it's going to be released in the winter 2023. But they actually did like a redesign on it. If you're watching this on YouTube, the colors, these aren't the final colors. These are just the prototype colors. More than likely, this looks, I can't tell if this 3D printed or if it's like injected mold or not. They just like that's the way that prototypes do, because they usually do like whatever the cheapest or available they have.
So Brian Flynn from Super7 is the one who posted this video.
Yeah.
And he specifically called it a test shot. Now, typically test shots are the final plastics that are used, just not the final paints.
Right.
And so the different colored plastics are because those are different plastics made to handle different stresses and different like, your gray plastics will be more bendy, your orange plastics are like, more rigid.
Mm-hmm.
And so like when he posted this, he very specifically clarified, like, this is a test shot, do not worry, these are not the final colors, this isn't a variant.
Right.
But so if you look at this and compare it to the original, there are some things that are different. The wheel wells on the new one are a little bit different. They have like the flare that comes out over the tire, where the original one didn't.
Right.
This is a lot boxier.
Yes.
Like the original Party Wagon toy, whereas the last one was closer to a VW bug, VW bus. Which was fine, but it wasn't the Party Wagon.
Right, because I know a lot of people were disappointed with that design, and
I wasn't disappointed. I figured there was going to be some changes, and I appreciated the stylistic changes.
Yeah.
But seeing this now, like, I do appreciate this a little bit more.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, and like, but like NECA listened. I'm so glad that Super7 listened. And obviously, like, this is made for the fans and everything. So I'm glad like these companies aren't trying to be like tone deaf. Like, well, we already made the designs. We're just gonna go with what we have. I like that they actually listen. I like that this looks more like the actual like party wagon from Playmates. I mean, obviously, it still has a lot of those designs that we initially saw, but I like as Mike said, it's more boxier. It doesn't like the other one just felt like, oh hey, this is like that VW van, and this one actually feels like, oh, this kind of looks more like what the toy slash TV show had.
And so yeah, it's a good happy medium for everybody.
Yeah,
So with this, it didn't go back up for pre-order, but there are some pre-orders that are still open.
yeah. Entertainment Earth
Like
and still has
Entertainment
open.
Earth.
Yeah, they still have open
Uh,
pre-orders. I think Big Bad Toy Store still has some. I'm not sure.
I haven't checked Big Bad Toy Store, but I know Entertainment Earth had it. It's $474, $75 on Entertainment Earth. So
Yeah.
quite a bit of money.
Yes,
It is
yeah.
a little bit bigger than NECA's Party or Turtle Van. So
And this will seat six six Super 7 figures comfortably.
So like this, and so those are, if you collect your Super 7 turtles, those aren't small figures. So
right,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
This has to be very big so that it can accommodate very big figures. Every time everybody sees that price, like everybody complains about it which yes, it is a very expensive toy, but it costs a lot to put into this toy to make it do what you want it to do. It's not just a plastic box, with wheels.
Right, exactly. Yes. Yeah. That is true and everything, and also, this is also not as mass marketed as something made by Playmates or anything like that. You guys already know like what like Super 7 quality is. I mean, I know with like Super 7 quality, it is like kind of like sometimes it has the best quality. Sometimes you get something and it's like, oh no, the leg of the figure broke or something like that. But it like it. I mean, if you don't agree with the price, like the best thing you can do is just not buy it. But like, I mean, I think the price is fair because of how big it is going to be, and especially for it's like specific for those Super 7 figures. So I don't mind it as much, but I mean, we are fortunate that like we have like other companies making other things. If you want the original Playmates one, they did a re-release of that not too long ago. If you want a NECA one, that's that open pre-order was done a while ago, and they've already said because of their redesigns, there's going to be a new one. If you just want one that looks accurate, we just showed you the Jada one. So do what your wallet can handle.
I mean, do what your wallet can handle, but I mean, don't convince somebody that like, oh, if you can't afford this one, get the Jada Toys one. It's like, well, the Jada Toys one, I can't put my figures in there.
Yeah. Jada Toys one, you can't put your figures in there. Yeah,
somebody made the comparison that like, oh, well, I can get two, of the his tanks from Hasbro's HasLab for the GI Joe line, and it's like, well, yeah, but you're not going to put your Ninja Turtles in a his tank.
You're right, exactly.
So it's like, why would you even do that as a comparison? Like,
right,
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. Anna asked if they announced the price. Super 7 did a open pre-order last, I want to say the end of 2022, if I remember correctly. The end of 2022 was when they did their pre-order, and I believe when you pre-ordered from them, it was $450 $450. It was
It
either
was $450.
yeah, it was $450. But then if you pre-ordered from Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth, because they also had it, it was like slightly, because Big Bad Toy Store has it for $475, and so theirs was slightly higher. With Entertainment Earth, you do get free shipping. I remember there was a mess when at first you didn't get free shipping, but then they fixed it. Big Bad Toy Store, you get like $4 shipping. It came out. I remember when we first talked about it. Like it came out like if you wanted the cheapest version to get it, like for the pre-order, Entertainment Earth actually was the cheapest. Like once they finally activated the free shipping for it, because it took a while. Because at first they did win at $450, but you had to pay for shipping, and then like they adjusted the price and put free shipping into it. But yeah,
I don't know if I'm going to get it. I originally my friend of mine had pre-ordered it for me, but I'm no longer friends with that guy, so I don't think I'm going to get one anymore.
What'd you do? Have a falling out? You just like, I was like,
I guess so. It was my friend I used to do NECA trades with. Like I'd buy him figures, he'd buy me figures.
Was that the same one that you got your Secret of the Ooze Turtles with?
He never gave them to me.
Oh,
that was
man.
the problem. I was supposed to meet up with him back in April, and he's been ghosting me ever since. So I'm like, okay. I guess I'm never getting the Secret of the Ooze Turtles. Which is another reason why I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want the the NECA ones.
I understand. So that's unfortunate. Just to let you know, Mike, I will never ghost you ever.
I appreciate it.
If we ever if I ever decide not to be friends with you, I will just I'll call you out on it and just insult you in public places just because that's the kind of person I am. But but I would never actually ghost you.
I appreciate that. Thank
you. No problem. All right, so the next thing I want to bring up, because I still think these figures are pretty cool. I don't know why when I posted about these on Twitter, a lot of people were giving me like, no, I don't like them. But these are the Loyal Subjects IDW figures. Recently, we had the San Diego Comic-Con set go for pre-order, and those immediately sold out. And like I said, I did a Twitter poll about it, and people were like, no, I don't like it. I was like, I don't know. I just think it's just people still have some bad taste in their mouths about Loyal Subjects, which I don't know why they need to be all vocal about it, but people are more vocal about being negative than they are than positive, which is the unfortunate part. And but they've now, so if you missed those pre-orders, no worries, because the normal retail ones are up for pre-order. If you're listening to the podcast, whether audio or visual, we have the pre-order link for you in our description. But these are the just the normal Loyal Subjects IDW Mateo design figures. Basically the difference is that the paint apps are a lot more detailed on the San Diego Comic-Con set than
so the San Diego ones are specifically called battle ready or battle damage. And it's essentially just a paint wash to bring a black wash to bring out a lot of the sculpted details. And I've heard some people mention that there's a sword swooshing effect up for Leo that's not included with the standard release. I haven't seen proof of that just yet. But that is basically they are the same figures. I have a feeling because the loyal subjects they usually have the same. I can't imagine especially for one figure, oh, we have this for Leo, but everyone else is the same. I have a feeling whatever's on the San Diego Comic-Con set for Leo will be in the regular version, in the regular retail version. So yeah, so I don't know everything that is coming with those sets. Cody did a fantastic side by side comparison that we retweeted earlier.
Oh, nice.
So that you could see the paint washes, like between the standard and the the standard retail figure and the San Diego Comic Con one. So
nice. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Like, I saw this like in the thing. I was like, oh, and then and of course these are $9 cheaper. They're $21. When the San Diego Comic Con ones were for $30. Like, if like those paint apps are like, if you're okay with not having those paint apps, or like, especially like if you did pre-order this and you're like, hey, like I'm okay with like, saving like almost $40 with going this set, I don't blame you there either. But I had a like I kind of like knew that those figures were not going to just be exclusive to San Diego Comic Con, and we also know like we also have like
we all knew that
yeah,
we all knew that they weren't going to be exclusive.
yeah. But
I
we
don't
also
think anybody
know that the ones with the bikes are coming too. Then those are like store exclusives.
And so like I pre-ordered the San Diego set on Big Bad Toy Store. It was $120.
Yeah.
So I am paying more, but at the same time, I don't have the materials to give them the paint wash.
Right.
So like,
I'm just a sucker for convention exclusives because I pre-ordered them from Entertainment Earth, and I mean, I have like my plans like to keep them sealed because that's usually what I do with the with like convention exclusives. I'll probably pick these up too, and these will be the ones I open. Like that's the kind of like collector I am. Like,
see, I don't really care about that, so yeah. I'm gonna open my San Diego set.
Hey, and then you can like show off your fancy figure pictures and everything, and we would love to see that.
So, yeah, so I'm glad that they're available again.
Yeah,
you can go check out the picture that we retweeted on Ninja Turtle PH on Twitter, so you can see that comparison.
Yeah, and then Cody says the more I look at them, I'm starting to really like both. And Colin is a 100% opener. There's nothing wrong with opening. I'm just like
nope.
Like I don't like people who insult people who like to keep their figures sealed, and I don't like people who insult people who want to open them, because like when you buy them you get to do whatever you want to do. I'm one of those weirdos that sometimes I buy two of something because I sometimes I like the way it's displayed in the actual like package, and then but like some of these figures, like to have like really great articulation, I have to open them as well. Like I will say I am like parts of me for Hasbro when they started like doing the closed boxes. I know they're gonna start bringing back the window boxes again sometime next year. But when they started doing the closed boxes, I was kind of like, oh, I don't have to buy two anymore, and like it was like been saving me money, because I'm like, well, I mean, when you display it in a closed box, it's just you're gonna have a box. It could just be rocks in there, and like there's no point of like keeping it closed anymore. But that's the kind of person I am. There's like there's no wrong way to collect action figures, just like Reese's.
Yeah.
All right. Still keeping in the action figure realm and everything. This popped up at Walmart. I'm not sure. I wasn't 100% sure if this is a Walmart exclusive or not, but this is for Mutant Mayhem, and we have the turtle disguise set that's coming for Mutant Mayhem. It's the 4 turtles, and like they're in costumes very reminiscent of like the classic 90s Ninja Turtle figures, like basically when it was like, oh no, like we already sold the turtles, how can we keep selling to kids and still make some more money?
So these are some of so like Raph is based on the first variant wave of Turtles. Yeah. So you have Space Cadet Raph.
Yeah, we have Space Cadet Raph.
Specifically like Donatello as like the science officer.
Yeah.
You know, Cowboy
Star
Leo
Trek.
and Beach Bum Mikey there. And so like we had seen these in a leak. Somebody in China had posted these a couple months ago.
Oh, okay.
And so we knew these were coming. It's cool to see them come very quickly.
Yeah.
I don't believe they are Walmart exclusive. I believe I saw them on Target and Amazon.
Uh-huh.
Or might have just been Amazon. But yeah, so these are available for pre-order. Yeah, so go pre-order them now.
Yeah, well, I think they're cool. Not available for pre-order. They're just they are not they're just at like coming soon, or like there's no like actual add to cart button at Walmart right now. At the Walmart listing.
Right, but I was gonna say like on Amazon. I believe there was.
Oh, okay. Was that actually from Playmates, or was it from a third party? I'm just curious. Like,
I gotta go back and check. Give me a second.
No, that's not cool. The link. So Cody says the links were taken down. Now, this is what I'm curious. Like, so, Mike, do you think that these outfits are going to show up in the movie?
No.
Okay,
I don't think these are going to show up in the movie. I think these are purely for just fun. Just Playmates being Playmates, rehashing the hits like we talk about that they do.
I think the opposite. I think this is going to be one of those Scoob moments where like all of a sudden, like, you know, we just have them in costume. These costumes. Like, you know, like they're like, oh, we're in Halloween, and like, did we see it for like a few seconds just for that toy company to sell those just to sell toys of that?
I mean, that would be a very fun Easter egg.
That's what I personally think. And if you guys don't know, the 2014 movie, or not 2014, I'm sorry, Out of the Shadows, they were supposed to have a thing like a Halloween costume thing, and that's why there's a pirate Michelangelo toy. And because it just never made it into the movie. Same thing with Disguised Raph. Like in the 2014 movie, Raph was supposed to be in like a trench coat disguise, and then they cut that part out of the movie. But like they still made the toy of it because they were like, oh, we still have the toy. That's what I personally think we're gonna get like a flash of like like, you know, something like you know, maybe even like an intro kind of thing, like, oh, we're the Turtles, we don't get to leave the sewers, oh, sometimes we get to leave on Halloween or something like that. Especially with the Star Trek Donatello. That's like a franchise of synergy over there because it's still Paramount, and I can totally see that. I'm not saying like this is going to be a main focal point of the movie. I think this is just going to be like a 3-second thing, and like especially with the Space Cadet Raph, and people like point at the screen, like do that Leonardo DiCaprio meme, like, you know, oh, I got that reference kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, like it would if anything, it would be in like a montage or something,
right?
Like
exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's like I said, like it's like that scoop.
They're not going to dress. They're not going to dress up as a Star Trek character when they're trying to start up this new like franchise. They're not going to dedicate a whole like scene to that.
Right. I don't think it's going to be a whole scene of it. I just think it's going to be, like I said, Scoop moment where like all of a sudden like we see them in costumes for like whatever, like, you know, like I think in that movie they were in the costumes for at least like 3 minutes, but it was a beginning scene, and then of course like the toy companies, they were like, here we go, we have Ruth Bader Ginsburg Velma, like, you know, because that's what happened. Like, yeah, so that's what I think. That's what I think that what's going to happen in the movie. But you know, speaking of the movie, like a couple of weeks ago at Annecy International Animation Film Festival, they got to screen a rough cut of the Mutant Mayhem movie, and it was presented by Jeff Rowe and some of the other people that worked on the film. These people, this was not the finished film. This was just like one of the first drafts of it, and it has been getting glowing reviews from like the people who has like watched it so far, and like it, like, you know, a lot of like positive things have came out. Now,
yeah, a 6-minute standing ovation.
Yes, yes, yes. A 6 minute standing ovation. Now, let's also not forget that this is also an animation festival, which these are a lot of animation enthusiasts, people in the industry, people in the field. So these, they already have like a bias already of like that, because like obviously when we get to film critics, like I'm not expecting like a film critics to go give this movie a 6 minute standing ovation, especially when I'm seeing like film critics like douse on some of them that has like negative things to say about Spider-Verse, when like, because like they'll call it like a drabless child's movie, like, you know. But this is like really good signs for Ninja Turtle fans, I will say. I'm actually really excited about it. I think,
I mean, I am too. Like it's always good to see like when, you know, your peers are very excited for the movie.
yes,
You know, not my peers, but you know, the animation industry, like all seem to kind of rally around it. So
yeah. Well, these are honest peers, because, you know, she has entered many actually animation festivals, like, you know, before we got married. She went, like, you know, she went to like different like her animations were in different countries. I don't know if she went to the same countries as her stuff. I know in all the ones in Iran, she attended there, but like and I know actually, like, even she had a couple when she was living here in America that got submitted into other festivals that got chosen and everything. Like, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if she knows about the Annecy Festival, which, just to let you guys know, this is in Paris, France. Oh, I'm sorry, Annecy, France, not Paris. But it is in France, not like.
I think we talked about this festival last year because they had debuted the Usagi Chronicles.
Oh, nice. I still have not
that
watched
was
that.
where we got that was where we got that first picture, first look.
Nice.
Was from the NC Festival. So
nice. Yeah. So, I mean,
was it last 2 years ago? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was like that long ago. But yeah, this is exciting, and like, I mean, pretty much everyone who like reviewed this movie, like, they kind of gave us the impression that, you know, if you're a Ninja Turtle fan, there's nothing to worry about. That like, you know, this pays a good homage to the Ninja Turtle franchise, which, I mean, it does make me like really excited for. And I mean, and of course, like, I've seen a lot of people are right, like, you know, oh, I'm definitely gonna watch the final version of this, like, you know. Well,
I would hope so.
Yeah, I would hope so too. You know, I mean, personally, like, if I got to see like a rough cut, and then like all of a sudden, like, you know, like, I really loved it, I'm like, man, I would love to see what the final product would look like, especially if I really loved it a lot. I'm like, man, I want to see like what else did they change within like the month and a half they had. Anna says she never been to Annecy, and seems so cool. Hopefully, honey, one year you will go, and hopefully, one of your things will be featured in there. That'll be awesome. All right. So the last thing I want to talk about, which I kind of like did very last minute because I completely forgot about it, because like, so, I mean, we've been having like so much stuff.
Wow, are you a real Ninja Turtle fan if you completely forgot about this?
I know, exactly. Well, yes, I am not, even though this is like one of my favorite series. But yes, the complete 2003 series is coming to DVD, and for North America, we never got Back to the Sewers on DVD. So this this set collection is going to have all 7 seasons of the show plus Turtles Forever. And now things. So right now, the only place that's selling this collection is a company called Movie Zing. Movie Zing is a manufacturer on demand company that does DVDs. That basically they're licensed for like different companies to do this. There used to be a company called Warner Archive. I think they actually now uh, do all their stuff with Movie Zing now. Um, but basically, these are movies that have interest enough to be that people would want to buy on DVD, but not big enough to risk to have it on retail shelves. And so,
Yeah, so they mentioned specifically in their FAQ on their site that, you know, these are all movies and productions that are expected to do low production runs,
right,
just because of demand.
yes,
It just, which I've been saying for years, every time somebody asks, like, well, why doesn't Nickelodeon do a box set for 2003? And it's like, well, because there probably isn't as much demand as you think there would be.
so
You know, Nickelodeon has access to numbers that we don't. So this is probably a result of that.
yeah, I can tell you right now, Nickelodeon released 2 or 3. I think 3 because I think there was also, I know there's a Christmas DVD, but I think there's 2 other ones of the 2003 series, and those sales were like abysmal. And they quickly went into like, you know, the dollar rack and like the Walmart section, and also like sold out at Big Lots and everything. And
Yeah.
I mean, now granted, I know like every time like people are like, because people are like, oh, I don't want to pay $10 for 4 episodes or something like that. I mean, I get it, but that's what their audience, that's like the audience of them doing it. Like, you know, this has been succeeding for all the other properties that they've been selling for. So the fact is that, like, you know, no one showed up for to the 2003 series, just showed them, okay, there is no interest. And I know every time they try to bring the show onto Nicktoons, it does not get enough watch it, like, you know, viewership, that they always like take it out. So yes, Nickelodeon has like this thing where, like, you know, they have access to numbers that we don't. And like, you know, that's why I don't like, I mean, personally, I don't think it's a good idea for this to be a wide release. Like, you know, the 2012 series, the reason why that could have been a wide release is because they already made those. So like, they just have them sitting around, they just repackage it and just sell it for $30 and call it a day. You know, this is brand new for Nickelodeon. Like, you know, they never did the 2003 series. Also, I want to add, the series is finally available to purchase for the first time ever on most digital platforms. I meant to bring that up last week, because Vudu now has all 7 seasons. Amazon has all 7 seasons. iTunes has all 7 seasons. I haven't checked Google, but I imagine they have all 7 seasons. For the longest time, we were stuck with 3, and then like the only way we had access was through CBS All Access, and then then it got changed over to Paramount Plus. So, and I don't expect. I mean, I don't expect any special features on this, because the way that movies this on demand work is like, they basically take the, like, what they have that's available on digital, and then just put that onto DVDs, and then they just kind of call it a day. Like, you know,
Like this is going to be extremely bare bones.
Right. Yeah.
Extremely bare bones, extremely low rents.
Yeah.
You know, what you see is what you get, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, like an email earlier today, because one of the big questions about this set was, is the copy of Turtles Forever, is this the TV version or is this the uncut version?
TV version.
And Blair, the managing director at Movie Zing, replied, Right now, it does not have the uncut version. We're checking to see if they can switch, but that would take a few days to determine. So
Yeah.
right now, it is going to be the TV edit of Turtles Forever. Hopefully, they can make that switch. It seems like that would be kind of weird.
I don't
That they
think
could
they
just
can.
ask Nickelodeon if they could change that.
I don't think they can. I mean, because if they could, uh, it would, like, it would mean that Nickelodeon has would have made it available, and Nickelodeon has never made it available. And I don't. It like if it was available, Nickelodeon would made it available.
Right.
Yeah,
So the fact that the fact that it's not as of right now is not that does kind of suck.
yeah, that does kind of suck. I know. There's international DVDs that do have the extended cut. I mean, but those aren't owned by Nickelodeon. That was done that was done internationally, and that was also done before Nickelodeon actually
Yeah.
so and other things because a lot of people kept bringing this up to us, and they're like, oh, why is this not coming on Blu-ray? This was animated in standard definition. The series was animated in standard definition. They're like, we can't you can't just make a standard definition show into a high definition show.
Yeah, Nickelodeon is not going to pay for the upscaling.
Yeah, no,
here.
they're not going to pay for the upscaling. And the only one that might have a chance for HD is Turtles Forever, but I don't think I as of now I have not seen that ever done in high definition. You guys got to remember. So when Turtles Forever aired on television, it was back in 2009, and at 2009, the CW did have an HD channel, but CW4 Kids was still broadcasting on standard definition, and I believe this is why the Turtles Forever DVD it has that matte screen, because I think when they acquired the series, I think that's the only thing that was available that just because that's how it was presented to to the audience on CW4 Kids. So I just because it's widescreen doesn't mean it was animated in high definition. I mean, I really don't know if it was. I mean, there's no proof or anything that it ever was. It was on. I know it was on Nickelodeon, and when Nickelodeon was in HD. But at the same time, I mean, I can't I don't have. I don't know if that was actually true HD, or if it was just whatever the HD was able to do at that moment. Because but yeah, so I mean, and I understand with people, because I mean, people every time some because I keep seeing people wanting the original Ninja Turtles to be also on Blu-ray, and that's never gonna happen. But I mean,
Yeah.
I understand. You want the show that you grew up with in the highest quality possible. Unfortunately, the highest quality possible right now for the series is standard definition.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, that's just it's going to cost too much money for them to try and restore it.
Right.
It's people probably do not have the original, film.
Right.
That these could be upscaled from. So everybody's everybody's probably just working off of whatever SD copies they have, and so you could do AI artificial upscaling, which is okay. It doesn't really do that,
right,
justice, but that's something that Nick would have to invest in, and they're probably just not going to want to do that.
I doubt it. I mean, the fact is that 20 years later, for the 20th anniversary, we were actually getting a DVD box set. I'm actually really happy about this, just because, like I think it's something I wasn't. To be honest, I wasn't expecting this. For the 20th anniversary, I was expecting the 2003 series just to be completely ignored, and like we wouldn't get like a single thing on it, um and I really think
like this is cool that they're putting this out. Like they definitely didn't have to do it, and kind of all signs pointed to them not doing anything for the 20th anniversary. So
right.
the fact that this was kind of like what's kind of annoying is that it hasn't been officially announced yet. It's still only just been somebody found this and it's spread all
Right.
week.
Right.
So like Nick still hasn't come out and officially said, "Hey, this is going to be officially available." They're probably waiting for something, even though the 20th anniversary of the show has already passed. Like,
But at the same time, these companies, when they do the uh, made on demand, they don't do any advertisements for it because uh, there's no press for this. They just
right,
they basically just send out an email for the people who are like subscribed to whatever Viacom's like thing, and the day that it comes out, like they'll be like, oh hey, this is available today, and you can and you can order it. And that's, I mean, I know this as a person who I used to be a physical media kind of person, and like I used to subscribe to all these because my big thing was Growing Pains. I wanted Growing Pains on DVD for the longest time, and when Warner Brothers fine, because like they did a wide release for the first and the second seasons, and I'm pretty sure I was the only person who bought it. So for the rest of the show, it was just on uh, their Warner Archive site, and I had like there no announcement or anything like that. It was just like all of a sudden I like I just get an email like of like, oh, here's a list of stuff that you can now buy, new stuff that you can buy on Warner Archive, and they would just like list like Growing Pains on there, and like like with a bunch of other stuff. And that's what I think is going to happen. Like I don't expect like Viacom to come out there and just be like, oh hey, like unless if this gets a retail release. And that's the thing, we don't know if this is the only way to get this at this moment, like because there might for people like crossing their fingers they can get this on Amazon, like you still might have a chance, like there might still be like a, oh hey, we're like it's being released on in retail or something like that. Right now we just don't know because there's no like announcement. But if it's just strictly on made made to order, don't expect an announcement. Is just like it's going to be in their mailing list email, be like this is available now, and then like and that's it, like
yeah,
because
like
that's how it is, because
it,
these aren't like these aren't like things that are sellers, like these are just because like
if this was going to be on Amazon, it wouldn't be on Moviesing.
yes exactly, that's the other thing.
So,
Because like I've kept seeing a lot of people like, oh, I can't wait for this to be on Amazon. I was like, there's just right now don't expect it to be like like on Amazon and everything, like I mean just you're just gonna have to like if you want it on physical media right now, this is like your only option. I mean, there is like chances for you to wait, and it could be there. I mean, me personally, uh, actually no, me personally, I'm probably gonna buy this because I do, because it is still annoying me that my
I'm
TMNT
okay.
2003 collection does not have Back to the Sewers on it, and I've been wanting that on DVD for like almost 20 years now. So
I am perfectly okay with watching this on Paramount Plus. So
yeah. Um. Uh. So Colin writes, at least one of the DVDs. I could be very wrong. He was talking about the 2012s, and the Rise series was only 720. Yeah, most children's shows get really animated at like 720. Unless you're Star Wars, then like you get to have like 4K resolution
Well,
because Star Wars can sell.
720 is technically like the lowest for HD.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like they probably do that so they can like get away with it very cheaply.
Yeah. To be honest, a lot of like sitcoms are actually like filmed in 720 because because the difference between like 720 and 1080 is not that big of a difference, and also like it is a cheaper way to do it and everything. I mean, and at the same time, like no one's gonna be watching like those shows and just be like, oh man, I wish there was more detail. Like this is like not that like the demand is like not really there, and most people who watch the people who don't understand how high definition works are like those are the shows that get aimed for are the ones that are getting the lower end, like the 720, and most kid shows are on there just because they know they can get away with it for kid shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is it for this week, I think.
Yeah, that is it for this week. I kind of like threw a bunch out there, but thanks for everyone who came in and listening. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Anna. Something Anna says that Blu-ray wasn't made until 2005, 2006. So I'm sure this was not Blu-ray. Yeah, like I mean, when the 2003 show started, there's like high definition like wasn't there. I think like Disney was the only company I knew that that did high definition off like for their animated series, just in case like high definition TVs were coming. That they were, I think they were the only forward thinking company out there. Most other companies not really. But be sure to listen to the full audio podcast. This Thursday we will have Leonardo versus Tempestra up. And is there anything else you want to add, Mike?
Nope, that is it.
All right. Till next time, guys. See ya.